Yo, what up, you cats? MyHeroescape20 here, and today, guys, what I have for you here today is the badass rank guide for Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. And in today's episode, guys, we're going to be looking at all of the badass ranks, the 14 total options you can choose from, the different challenge levels, and how many rank you earn per level, and then we're going to be looking at some of the characters and which ones I would prioritize on the badass ranks for, just to kind of help you guys out if you're, focused on one character or not. So let's go ahead and first talk about the 14 different ones you can get. So just like Borderlands 2, they pretty much move the same ones over. And so you have critical hit damage, elemental effect chance, elemental effect damage, fire rate, gun accuracy, gun damage, maximum health, melee damage, recoil reduction, reload speed, shield capacity, shield recharge delay, and then you have shield recharge rate. So those are your 14 different stats. So I'll go ahead and quickly go over, just in case you didn't see the Borderlands 2, maybe some differences between the two, some that people might mix up. So what is the difference between gun accuracy and recoil reduction? Well, recoil reduction is literally the recoil reduction of your gun. So say if there's a gun that's really powerful but you can't control it, then you would want to focus on recoil reduction so you can control the gun better. Now, gun accuracy actually has to do with the bullet spread, as well as, maybe distance that it can travel. So for instance, if you're firing at something but you can't hit it with your laser, well, in this game, you'll switch to a sniper rifle. But if you increase your gun accuracy, then your laser will fire straighter. It will, potentially reach farther, and some, just different stuff to actually help your gun overall, not just the recoil. So, those are the difference between the two. And then the other one that I think that people might mix up is the shield recharge delay and shield recharge rate. So, what is the difference between those two? Well, shield recharge rate is literally how fast it recharges. So say you get hit, once you get hit and your shield's depleted, then once it starts recharging, then how fast it actually recharges is the shield recharge rate. Now, the shield recharge delay is how long it takes for it to start recharging. So those are the kind of difference between those two. Just one quick tip: if you're doing like Roid and stuff, you don't really want to be focusing on shield recharge delay, because it's kind of opposite of what you want to do. So you want to have your shields down. Well, shield recharge delay is actually going to keep your shields up. So just kind of some tips like that for you. So let's go ahead and talk about the challenge levels. So just like in Borderlands 2, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in rank 1, you get 1 badass point. Rank 2, you get 5 badass points. 3, you get 10. 4, you get 25. And 5, you get 50. So how is this different between Borderlands 2? Well, in Borderlands 2, everything's the same, but at level 4, you get 50, and at level 5, you get 100. So in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, you get a little bit less badass points overall, and I'm a little bit confused why they decided to do that. Your badass rank is like super important in Borderlands. Being able to play multiple characters and then increase your total badass points to make them all better is a pretty big part of Borderlands ever since, Borderlands 2 came out. It wasn't in Borderlands 1, but that's, like I said, that's a pretty important part. So I'm really confused why they decided to maybe lower that. Yes, maybe it was kind of giving some away in Borderlands 2, but at rank 5, you have to do a lot for rank 5, so I think you should be rewarded. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah, that's how that works. So let's go ahead and wrap it up and talk about the final part, which is the characters and which ones work great with each. So we'll talk about Nisha at first. With Nisha, I really like recoil reduction, gun damage, and gun accuracy, as well as fire rate and critical hit damage. So I guess reload speed as well. Pretty much anything that has to do with your guns. Don't worry about shields and melee and elemental effects. Don't really worry about that unless you're doing some crazy build. You really want to focus on like non-elementals. Well, not necessarily, but a lot of times it can benefit you by doing that. So that's kind of what I like to focus on her. On Wilhelm, I like being a bruiser, so I like building some max health, some gun accuracy, because he focuses heavily on lasers. So like we said, keep that laser on the right path. So gun accuracy. I also like shield capacity, reload speed's okay, and pretty much just gun damage, stuff like that. Those kind of benefit Wilhelm the most. Claptrap, I personally make him all support. Now there are other builds where you can use subroutines and stuff like that, but I really like doing mostly supportive. So I'll do like shield recharge delay, shield recharge rate, shield capacity, max health, and then a lot of elemental effect chance because of the, I forgot what it's called, but pretty much the gives you stacks. The more elemental you put onto people, the faster health and health regen you get for you and the team. So I really like having a high elemental effect chance on Claptrap as well. So with Athena, there is the elemental build, and then there is the Maelstrom build, and then there's the melee build. So either way, whatever you want to do that. If you're doing the melee build, don't touch shield recharge delay at all. Save that for another character, so you're not stacking that. But you want to focus on melee damage, max health, gun damage as well. And maybe shield capacity, depends how you want to do that. But then with the elemental, you can kind of play around with that. The Jack, I like to do pretty much just like Nisha, just pretty much everything has to do with guns. Maybe throw in some max health because it helps out your Digijack as well. So pretty much stuff like fire rate, gun damage, accuracy, reload speed, stuff like that. And then Aurelia, I really like elemental effect damage and elemental effect chance. Now I actually prioritize the elemental effect damage on her because everything you do pretty much has a 100% chance to free stuff. So that's why I really like focusing on that. Also critical hit damage because you're going to be sniping if you choose that route. Let's see, recoil reduction is pretty important, and gun accuracy is actually super important. So those are just kind of the things that you can focus on. I'm just hoping that you guys can see that each character can benefit off of all of them, but some benefit on focusing more on one thing than the other. So you're not always going to get an option of the 14, it's random. I think you get like 5, and then you choose between the 5, and it's just random each time. But I definitely recommend, kind of writing down what you want to prioritize on, and then once you find it, when it comes up, choose that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything, please let me know. Be happy to help, and I'd like to learn as well if you have any comments. But yeah, so previous video is the Borderlands 2 Badass Rank Guide. So that's going to be focusing on pretty much the same 14 total stats, but we're going to be looking at different characters and how you kind of want to build those around the badass points. And then featured video is my actually Borderlands 1 complete DLC guide. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go ahead and check that out. Give you the in and outs of Borderlands 1 DLC. And the next video I'll be making is actually the Borderlands pre-sequel DLC guide. So it's kind of hand in hand with that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want to see more videos just like this one, please leave a thumbs up. Also, best way to contact me is on Twitter or on Facebook at MyHeroescape20 or /MyHeroescape20. And then if you want to see me play this game live, go to twitch.tv/MyHeroescape20. So I'm going to be actually making a video about the whole streaming thing here pretty soon. Kind of give you guys what's the deal with that. But yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, peace!